Hi guys, welcome along to the channel. First things first, big thank you to the guys at RaceRoom UK for supporting the channel. We really appreciate you guys, you're absolute legends for helping us out. But second of all, this would normally be our live stream on a Saturday evening at 8 o'clock, but today we're doing something a bit different. We're going to be doing a recorded video because I'm not able to live stream at this particular time. So we're going to jump into RaceRoom and we're going to do some ranked races, but there's one in particular that I'm really excited about, and as you can see from the image here on the screen, we're taking the American IndyCar type single-seater to Daytona, so let's see how that goes. But first of all, let's jump in, warm ourselves up in some other races and see how we get on. Okay, so get ourselves nicely loosened up, ready for our IndyCar event at Daytona. We're going to take on a bit of GT4 action. We're at Hockenheim ring and we're running the BMW M4 GT4. So let's see how we get on with this. We're in practice mode now, so let's turn some laps and see how we get on. I do love the sound of this car, it sounds so good. Down to third gear for the second corner on the circuit. We get to stretch the legs of the 6-cylinder turbo down the long back straight. Not really a straight, it's got a big corner on it, but it's taken flat out anyway. So here we go, down towards the hairpin, the heaviest braking point on the circuit. A couple of people having an early excursion there as well. Let's see how they rejoin. Hopefully they're nice, which is good. Definitely could brake a little bit later into the hairpin that time around, so we'll press on for that next time. Car feels so good. Bit of trail braking into the apex there. Partly because I thought I wasn't going to stop, but managed to get it checked up, which is nice. We've got 4 minutes of practice left, so enough time to get ourselves reasonably familiar with the car and circuit layout. Not driven this particular combination, so it's all learning. Probably not second gear through there though. Got the Audi who went off of the hairpin all over my gearbox at the back. Well, it would be if I was in a single seat anyway. Okay, so those last couple of corners can be taken pretty quick, so plenty of time to find. So let's go for a complete lap of Hockenheim ring. This first corner is super quick and very much like threading a needle. Oh, there's a big curve on the inside. But we're illegal on the exit there, so we don't lose our lap time, which is nice. Down for another heavy stop into the second corner. Probably a little bit too early on the brakes again. This car's a lot more capable than I'm giving it credit for. So we're a good 3/10 off in that first section. That's probably down to my lack of confidence on the brakes going into turn 2, but we'll see if we can pick that up. Now, where are we going to brake here? A little bit later. That's not too bad. Going to just change the traction control down to 3 on this one as well, just to try and free up the rear a little bit. Gearing is definitely not set for going to second gear too often, so we'll leave it in third and use the torque of the engine. Very, very fast corner there, completely missed the apex, but we didn't go in the gravel, which is the main thing there. Sachs curve, a banked corner. Try and use as much of that camber as we possibly can to carry the speed through there. And this final little sequence of corners is quite fun. Brake in the straight line there, feed the power in over towards where the drag strip is on the left hand side there, and then keep feeding the power in all the way through the last corner. And there we go, up and over the line, and we are a long way off the pace, so plenty to find. It should be an interesting warm-up, that's for sure. Might have some work to do. Just going to leave it in third for this one. We're already nearly 4/10 up on this lap. Probably almost brake a little bit later into the hairpin this time around as well, actually. So here we go. 150. Oh, that's way too late. Well, it's practice. You got to try these things. Okay, let's try and see if we can improve this last section here. Probably not going to get our lap time in just because time's running short in the session. It's a little bit of a lift through there. I don't know whether I can take it flat just yet. I might experiment with that a little bit later. Need to brake earlier for that corner, that's for sure. Getting some time through there. That's an off track. Okay, that's practice completed. So we're in our lovely Sunoco coloured BMW, a nice deep blue. Very retro liveried. Okay, so P8 after practice. No problem. So qualifying time. Let's take some fuel out of it. 4.9 laps should be enough. Let's go find ourselves some space on track. That's a bit busy. Loads of people running the Lotus. Don't blame them, I do like the little Evora, it's quite a fun car to drive. So we're getting a little bit interesting up in front already, and we haven't even started our lap yet. Not a long qualifying session, it's only 7 minutes to it, so that's why everyone's kind of getting on with it. This Lotus is going to let me go through. Okay, down towards the arena section very shortly. We're catching up with a few people here, so we're going to have to find ourselves some space if we're not going to be able to get through. Oh, another one letting us pass, that's nice. This is all going to get very clogged up very quickly here. There's loads of cars on track. Okay, we're just going to have to go for it. There's no space, so... already battling to turn one. This is just going to get messy. I'm gonna back out. We've got 5 minutes of qualifying here, so let's just let everyone go and all have their moment. Okay, so we found ourselves a little bit of clear track away from all the chaos that was going on up at front, so hopefully this time we can get ourselves a nice clean lap in without tripping over anyone. Try and get a nice run out of this last corner if we can. Okay, right, let's go set a qualifying lap. Oh, that was borderline on the exit there. Thought I was going to get an off track, but we're clear. too bad through second corner, but still plenty of time to find, that's for sure. Hopefully get another lap in after this as well. Okay, braking just after 150. Too bad through there. Messed that one up. Let's get ourselves tucked in here this time. Very risky midway through there, just because I was trying to get the power on because I just missed the apex. Okay, so we've got a cleanish lap in there. Let's see where that puts us on the leaderboard. P12, okay, plenty on the table then. Okay, we're up on our time so far. Low fuel, but we should have enough. We're 1.5 tenths up on our time. Should gain us a couple of spots, but there's definitely some time to be had elsewhere on the lap. That was a much better hairpin. We're 3 tenths up now. Let us go, or is he just going to get in the way? He's just going to get in the way. Oh well, that's qualifying done and dusted. Okay, so here we are on the grid. I think we qualified P12 after all that. So yeah, well, let's see what we can do from here. There's lots of cars behind us, so hopefully we should be out of most of the carnage. But if we can go forward from here, that'll be the main thing that we're looking to try and do. So we've got a good mixture of cars. There's quite a few Lotuses. We've got an Audi ahead of us, we've got a Porsche next to us, there's a KTM I can see up the road as well. So let's see how we get on. Right, engage first gear. Let's try and see if we can survive. Wait for all the lights to go on. And off we go. Not a bad start. Kind of holding our own. That Audi had an amazing start. Oh, we've got a spinner. Oh. Made up some places there. We're clear. Right, now I come across and defend the inside line here. Okay, well we survived, which is nice. We're up to P10. Wait for more chaos to ensue down on the hairpin here. Be some late dive bombs coming, I'm sure. Let's be a little bit cautious here. Ooh, the two ahead of us getting into each other. Alongside the Porsche. Just about clear him, maybe, when we get round here. Yep, just about. Up in a bad opening lap so far. To P8 now. Okay. Good group of cars ahead of us here. Let's try and get part of that. There we go. First lap in the bag. Good first lap to start us off. Ooh, there's a move coming up in front. KTM going right around the outside. Oop, someone off on the left there, wasn't it? I didn't quite catch that. Up to P7, now we're up to P6. Wow. It's almost as if they're trying to let me win here. Maybe they know something I don't. Well, if we can get a top 5, that might be nice. Try and close down this BMW ahead of us. Good racing, that's for sure. It's close. All the BMWs missed the apex. We've got a good run on them there. Just going to show the nose here. Not going to go for it because it's not a move that's on. We'll make him run a bit deep into there. Now we've got the pressure on. Guys out front are checking out. Getting into a bit of a rhythm here now. We've got a decent run through turn 1 as well. So he's grabbed that curb on the inside there. He might get a decent run down the long back straight. Stay in his wheel tracks here. Use that slipstream. Here he comes. Try and do a bit of a block pass down the end here. That's that one. Up to P5. Lotus ahead of us. Let's see if we can reel him in. Decent times at the moment by the looks of things, so definitely getting more and more used to it. Missed the apex there. Okay, so we're 1.2 seconds, nearly 1.3 seconds to the guy ahead. Let's see if we can close that by the end of this next lap. Got a bit of breathing room behind us as well, which is nice. Just extended a little bit through there. Got a nice 1.3 second gap behind as well. Gap's just stabilising a little bit. It's probably gone out just a touch. getting a bit more used to that corner now. Lotus had a big sideways moment through there then. So we have, overall, we've gained about 0.3 on that lap. We seem to be better in the second half of the lap. So we'll see if we can use that to our advantage if we can. Definitely pulls out a little bit in that first couple of corners. Okay, down to the hairpin once more. Yeah, it's just edging away ever so slightly. Oh, that's deep. Just a touch too late on the brakes there. But we'll keep pressing on, you never know, he may make a similar mistake as we go. Yeah, the more I'm driving this car, the more I'm really enjoying driving this thing, it's so good. Looks like the Lotus had a little bit of a ropey first corner. Okay. Still running P5, we've got 5 minutes left to go in the race, so made some good positions up from our starting place. Good run off the hairpin that time. Definitely takes so much more speed through there, I need to improve that. Gravel being kicked up there, someone's had an excursion up ahead. So what was 2 seconds is now back to 1.5. So we're just doing a 1:49. We're also doing a 1:49. Just not quite gaining on him as fast as we need to. It just needs one mistake and then we might be back in the game again. try and take this a bit quicker, shall we? This time round. Yeah, if I try and take that flag, we just run off, so it's definitely a bit of a lift there. Trying to get this last section of the circuit flowing a little bit better. We've been a bit timid through there sometimes, so it's trying to... Oh. Someone just dropped out from internet issues, so it's a shame for them, but it does mean we end up into the top 4. It's the sim racing equivalent of a mechanical failure. When your internet drops out and you can't do anything about it. But it is very gutting when that happens though. Especially if you're in a decent race in a good position. We've got a minute and a half left of this particular race. Currently sitting nicely in P4. Keep the pressure on, because who knows what may happen with the top 3. To get off that sausage curb on the inside, it's not helping at all. Someone's been off exploring the gravel once again. So, considering we've not had any practice in this car around here whatsoever, and just jumping straight in, we've done not too badly. Held our own, and we've made some good progress. So this should be our last lap then, 3 seconds to go. Let's just keep it nice and neat and tidy. Bring the car home. It's good to see plenty of people on the server as well. There's loads of cars in the race, which is really good to see, so makes for some exciting online racing. Up towards this tricky little left-hander for the last time, hopefully. This is a really nice combo actually, GT4 cars and Hockenheim. I do like the Hockenheim circuit, I think it is a really nice track to drive. Oh, they'll concentrate. The yellow flag's ahead here, it's now green, someone's had a moment. But yeah, good combo this one. And all things considered, not a bad result at all. Take that. P4. Good fun. Okay, so here we are in the Formula US, which is effectively the IndyCar in RaceRoom, and we're at Daytona International Speedway. Now sadly the recording failed as we were doing this race, but we luckily have the replay, so we're going to watch the race again as we go, and we'll look at some of the best bits of this race, because it was a lot of fun. So here we are, we're lined up on the grid. We're a long way back, I think we're P19 on the grid, so qualifying didn't go to plan. It was a closed qualifying session where we had no draft or anything to play with, so it was just a case of going out and doing a lap, and we mustn't have had the best setup because we were a long way back. So starting P19 on the grid, let's see what happens here. Let's click the play button and then we'll go for it. So here we are, coming up to the line. We're under the computer control at this point, so I'm not controlling the car, but we're just kind of waiting for the leader to reach the line. So Daytona International Speedway is a super speedway, which means you don't really do anything other than keep your foot mashed to the floor and turn left ever so slightly. But when you've got several other cars around you, things start to get a little bit interesting. So here we go, leader's coming to the line, and we're off. We've got an amazing start, get past the guy on the right there, and we're up and running into the race. So, at this stage we've got quite a wall of cars ahead of us. They're going onto the apron, they're all over the place. And the slipstream effect is really taking into its own now, so we've got a good run on this car ahead of us. Have a look on the outside, still picking up a good draft from the car there. Nowhere to go, and we've got people touching wheels with me on the side there. So things get a little bit sketchy here. This guy's all over the place. We're going 3 wide in front of us. And there's again 3 wide, this car's all over the place. Oh, I get nudged off down the inside. And because of that, I end up getting a slow down penalty, so at this point I'm having to lift off the throttle so I can clear that penalty without getting disqualified or getting a drive through. That's why everyone's flying past me at this point. So with this car you do get a push to pass, which is basically a boost of power which kicks in for a certain amount of time, but you can't use it after a certain period of time. You've got to wait for it to recharge and then go again. So we've cleared our penalty now. We're going back after them in front. Luckily we didn't drop so far back that we didn't lose the toes, so we can get right back on them. But at this point there's nowhere to go. You've got a wall of cars and there's a bit of chaos happening in front of us. Oh, 2 off to the left. Some more places made up. People trying to join out of the pit lane. It's all going off. So we're trying to settle ourselves down to a bit of a rhythm here. So guy ahead's gone high, and that's let us have a nice little gap on the inside. So we're running quite nicely here. But again, nowhere to go. I'm just about to squeeze down the inside of the yellow car there. Be very careful, very, very nice, just kind of moving out of the way when we come through. But at this point, as you can see behind us, it's all going off, but we're kind of sitting in a bit of a gap here, so we need to try and get ourselves more in touch with these people ahead of us here. So we use a bit of the boost button here, trying to get ourselves back into contention. Narrowly missed that one on the inside, it was close. Bigger old group of cars all jostling for position up front here now, so yeah, it's all a little bit frantic. Everyone trying to find the draft. Someone just gives a massive hip and shoulder to the car on the left there. And that brings us right back into contention again. So just move on round that guy on the left. He comes straight back at us. He's obviously using his push to pass to kind of get him back in front again. We'll just rely on the old slipstream here. Really, you look at that, you think, what's going to happen here? Where can you go? Trying to lift off the throttle ever so slightly so we don't run into the back of the cars ahead. Crazy right here. Well, once you get yourself into a really good bit of momentum, you can just kind of cruise past people. This guy's all over the place in front of me here, and I'm just trying to keep it tidy and not get caught up with the cars out on the outside. You get held up behind them, and everyone just comes piling past us, so we duck out of that, get into their slipstream, and all of a sudden we're past him, so that's cleared him. Hitting hitting the limiter on the way into the banking on this lap, just because we've got such a good tow down the straight. The more cars you get in a line like this, the better the slipstream effect is, basically. So again, moving to the outside. Luckily we've got some other cars in front that we can stay in their tow. 3 wide. Oh, it's close. Trying to run the line up by the wall, but still almost 3 wide. Just enough to tuck back in, but there's a car on the inside. It's got squeezed up to the wall and hit again. Right, let's get out of that. We've got some space behind, so we'll have another run at them here. Still cars joining from pit lane. You see, as soon as you move out of that draft, you just end up falling back so quickly. Get a good run on that yellow car on the inside, and then try and keep that momentum going as we try and pass the 5 car on the outside here. Just about get through. Just about clear, but we're going to keep it running at the high line there. Try and keep the steering nice and open, because the more you use the steering, obviously the more speed you're going to scrub off as you're going through the corner, so you don't want to be doing that. So we've got a bit of a gap behind now, so able to focus on the cars ahead. And again, they're going side by side. Now these two, we end up having a bit of a tussle. We got a bit held up there. We end up having quite a good squabble between the 3 of us. So we run to the outside. And again, left out with no one to follow, just drop back in behind. The thing is, you get such a massive run, you think I was going to go for it. And there we go, so we've got one run on the outside of the second. It's just ebbs and flows the whole way around. There's no way through, and again get shuffled back because the 2 of them are working together in the area there. Again, we get right on the bumper. At this stage it's very easy to grip the wheel really hard because you're just kind of concentrating, just desperately trying to keep the wheel as steadily as possible whilst driving really close to the cars in front of you, so it's hard going. You've got to try and remind yourself just to ease off that wheel just a little bit, you don't have to grip it so hard. Now we've got a back marker here. There's a bit of a chance it could get boxed in here, but we can just about squeeze through the gap. We clear the car behind, and he's going to get another good run on us here. Jump back in behind him again, but it's really fun just trying to jostle for position like this because you're constantly planning out where your moves need to be. Again, another good run, but we're going to almost go 3 wide into this banking corner. So who are we going to choose here? Who are we going to follow? Who's got the run? The outside line, so we run in with that. And we get a little bit close there, bit of a touch. Shuffle back again. So at this point we're battling for 7th, 8th and 9th as we are now. So we've fought our way back up again despite having despite having a bit of a moment at the start, dropping all the way back to pretty much the tail end of the field. Somehow we've managed to keep it clean and fight our way back up to the top 10. So the top guys have cleared off by this stage, so they're miles ahead. Oh, it's have to get out of the throttle because there's nowhere to go. Now at this point, you start thinking, well, when it comes to the last lap, we're winding down through the race here. When it comes to the last lap, you don't really want to be the guy in front too much because you can see the momentum you can carry coming off the corners. So you almost want to be the guy behind, but we've cleared them at this stage. They're still jostling behind us. We've got acres of space in front. But we've got a bit of a gap here, so we thought, oh, maybe we've me we've got away here, but because those two are working together and I'm here with no tow whatsoever, it's not long before they come sailing right back up onto my rear end again. Here they come. Makes a move for the outside. Straight round he goes, and then the other one just goes for the inside. Still there, just about. But it's such a good battle that we're having between these other two and myself. We're just constantly changing positions. Oop. Oh yes, he had a bit of a moment there. I don't know what happened. He kind of slowed down all of a sudden. So now it's just the two of us. He's dropped back a little bit. We've got one car up front here, which is a lap car, and one which is actually for position. So hopefully catching these guys at a decent pace. So we'll use that to our advantage at this point. So here the revs really pick up as we catch the draft and the boost button being pressed as well. And sweep round the outside of those two. That guy's lost his nose, that's why he's running a little bit slower. Surprised he can still go without going into the wall. The guy behind us is really caught up again now. So yeah, sorry, we were fighting before for 8th, 9th and 10th, and now we're in 7th, and we're trying to keep ahead of the guy in 8th at this point. At this point he's playing the tactical game. He's just staying behind, he's not trying to overtake, he's just going to wait and bide his time. So this carries on for a couple of laps, and we're going to skip forward to where things get a little more interesting towards the end. So at this point, still ahead, got a bit of a route behind catching as well, but crucially we're still maintaining position in 7th. Keep moving on forwards. Okay, let's go back a moment here. So we've got a quick guy coming through, as you can see the red guy behind. All of a sudden, he's got a massive turn of speed from somewhere. So he's flying up behind me and then straight around on the outside. Because we've got pressure from behind, I think you're right. Let's use this guy ahead to try and pull us along. So instantly the revs rise really quickly, and that gives me my opportunity. So I'm not going to be vulnerable from attack from the guy behind because I have this other car in front pulling me along. So we've instantly pulled a little bit of a gap to the car behind. So we're trying to keep it pretty much in his wheel tracks just to maintain that top speed which we really need around here. So the car up ahead of us, which was a lap car. This car that's in front of us here, the red one, is also a lap car, so it didn't affect our position. But here, you're right behind him, and it's like, what if he makes a mistake? You know, if he has a moment or puts him up in the wall, then that's just ruined our race. So you kind of want him to get past him at this point, but at the same time you don't want to sacrifice your position and lose out. But we've got a nice gap behind us now. But at this point, I'm thinking this is the final lap, because the little final lap thing came up on the heads-up display, but it turns out it wasn't the final lap. So I made the move to get past him, and all of a sudden I'm out by myself, and I'm like, oh no, this is going to be the undoing. So people, I thought they were going to catch up with me. So he's got a good run off the car behind. So I used my last push to pass here to help keep that distance, but he's too far back. Here we go, we're coming around the final corner now, I believe. Up and over the line to finish the race in 7th position. so there we go. That's IndyCar in RaceRoom, which is which was a really fun experience actually. It was quite, you know, white knuckle riding at the time, but I really enjoyed that race. It was so fun to do. So well done to the guys at RaceRoom for putting that combo on the ranked servers this week. It's it's really epic fun. But sadly we couldn't do this one as it was live and talk you through it, but at least we were able to watch the race again because it was quite a fun race to do. But I hope you enjoyed the video. If you have enjoyed the video, please do hit the like button below, and it'll really help the channel to give us a bit of a boost if you show that you like the video. But also, if you haven't hit the red button below which says subscribe on it, please do that as well, and then you'll get to see all the new videos that come out from us and the live streams that we do every Saturday. But you're not just a subscriber, you're a teammate of Sim Racing Bible, so you're really part of us as a team. So do hit that red button, and we'll look forward to seeing you on our next video, which will be coming out very soon. And of course, normal service will be resumed next Saturday as we do our complete live stream. So we'll look forward to joining you then. But until then, take care of yourselves, and we'll see you very soon.